cars. Okay, we're good. Straight. Left. Take a right. I gotta look. Okay, we can go. Stay close, stay close. There's a car coming. Ooh. It is chilly, isn't it? And I remember to check my watch before we left the house. Pretty much left at 12:34. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's easy to remember. We are not going to do the long block though today. We are going to go to Mclendon's. Just because I've been meaning to go by there. And then probably just go home from there. So that's probably about a 6-mile jaunt. Maybe we'll see. I'm feeling like really ambitious, anxious, whatever. Then we might left. We might do something else over in Woodinville. We'll see. Right. It's definitely chilly out. My phone or the AccuWeather said it was going to be about 41 degrees. It does not feel that warm. Stop. Got a car. Okay, straight. Left. Wait. Or slow, actually. Wait. You can go smell the grass. You want to pee on that? Okay, there's no cord behind this. Okay, take a right. Take a right. Okay, left. Might have warmed up. Although I doubt it. Didn't you? You got that curve in your stride all of a sudden. Careful. I didn't see it. You obviously saw something. And I know they frequent this area, so I would not be surprised. Stay with me, nobody. That little poodly dog. They should be alright. Sometimes they react poorly. Yeah, we're okay. I see a road off to the left in the cemetery. Bubba did not see it. Fluffy-tailed squirrel. Oh. There's a squirrel. Bubba. Bubba. Up the tree he goes. Yeah, there he is. Good try, sir. I don't know where he went. Come on. Come on. I'm surprised as hell. Oh, we did all right. Okay, come on. Come on. The last 10 feet, my back tire was locked and I was skidding to a stop sideways. I did not fall over. Didn't even really feel unbalanced. I just felt like, oh, I guess this is how the tire is working at the moment. Bubba would like to go back and see if he can chase that squirrel down. I guess this is what comes of bicycling pretty constantly year after year. Technically, I've done that on a motorcycle at least once, probably twice. I remember one winter, like 2008 or 9, that I was coming home from work and I was on a side street and I needed to take a left at an upcoming intersection. And the cars going straight had backed up, so I went into the turn lane a little early, and there was a car up ahead on the right side coming out of a neighborhood wanting to turn left across the straight traffic and the left turn lane. And continue this, and well, so I had to put on my brakes really hard, and the back tire locked because it was wintertime and it was icy with the light dusting of snow, and it actually got out about 30 degrees before I was able to correct it and get the motorcycle's back tire back in line. Of course, there was somebody coming the other direction in the oncoming lane, and that person watched me with very big eyes, and a couple people standing on the sidewalk on the other side of the street. But I also hit my horn, and the person who was coming out of the side street from my right stopped before entering the turn lane. And that gave me all the time I needed to stop. Well, not stop, but to slow down enough. Bubba! Hey! I know you get interested, but I'm trying to do something here on the bike. You can't be pulling the bike down the road. But that gave me all the time I needed to slow the motorcycle down and regain control and move to the left side of the turning lane and go past the pickup truck, who was looking at me, I don't know what kind of expression, kind of surprised, kind of like, did I just witness that? Like incredulousness? I was a little surprised, but it all worked. Come across Bubba. No injuries, no fouls. Then the other time was the same motorcycle, the 2007 Kawasaki Ninja 650. I was getting on the freeway, and it was raining moderately to heavy, and the traffic in front of me was slowing down because somebody couldn't figure out how to merge efficiently and got worried and was trying to stop on the on-ramp and wait for traffic to clear, which is not what you do. You just match speed and move over, and everybody just keeps moving. That's not what was happening. So I had to touch my brakes, and I touched more back brake than front brake, and I felt a little uneasiness in the motorcycle. And I shifted my seat a little bit, and the rear tire started sliding a little sideways. And having done this on a bicycle, I knew what that was. That was a skidding rear tire at speed. I had locked the rear tire at like 40 miles an hour on the wet surface. So I readjusted and pushed the rear seat back behind me again. Let's take a right, Bubba. And once my rear tire was back in line, I slowly let off the rear brake and applied some front brake and brought the motorcycle back into control that way. Wait, Bubba, I gotta look. Okay, take a right. That's the 2 times I know of on a motorcycle. Both pretty dangerous. One because it was snow with lots of traffic around me, and the other one was because there's some traffic and at speed. I mean, the snowy one I was doing like maybe 25 miles an hour, maybe 20. It wasn't that fast. Still would have been painful, especially if I hit one of the vehicles or they hit me. But the freeway one, 40 miles an hour, left, Bubba, left. That would have hurt. But as far as bicycles go, I mean, I spent hours learning how to skid the rear tire sideways to come to a stop when I was young. So the maneuver is not unknown to me. And I've done it skiing quite a bit. It's a fun way to dust your friends when you're out skiing. They stop for something and you come ripping down the hill and turn sideways a dozen or so yards uphill from them and just dig your edges in. And Bubba just reminded me I need to be looking for rodents because he's looking for them. But you dig your edges in and you just shower your friend with a nice wave of fresh snow. Always fun. But similar in concept to sliding the rear wheel on the bicycle. Stay close, buddy. Yeah, they're jogging. Does it look like fun to you? You're jogging. I'm bicycling. I don't like how they've done this. This whole intersection's just a mess. We are not the only fools out today, Bubba. Bicyclists coming up. Sometimes we get smiled at, sometimes we get grimaced at, sometimes we get compliments, sometimes we get little insults. I always got to keep a couple of responses in mind, depending on what response, what comment or what action we might get. Oh, I see a bunch of dogs coming up. Well, the pavement's dry. Bubba's tired already. You know, that middle ground tired, where he's happily jogging along. We got 4 dogs. 3 coming towards us and 3 coming towards us, 1 going away. Stay close. Oh, leave it. Yeah, I know. No. I see that look. All right, come on. Yeah. That golden was head up and focused. That was a give me any centimeter leash and I'm bounding. So that was a moment we needed to stop and let things pass by without. Slow up. We're gonna wait for the bicycles to go by. Now you can go. There you go. Yeah, that's a little terrier. They do that. But like I was saying, we get different responses. Sometimes it's from the dog, not from the owner. The worst ones are the old guys trying to bicycle too fast. Okay, left, Bubba, left. We're gonna go to Mclendon's here. Buddy, this way. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Thank you. The ladies are almost always very positive. The old guys on bicycles trying to go too fast are grumpy. They want the path all to themselves. They think it's dangerous and what. And then there's occasionally a young guy. And he's just rude. Those are the ones that scare me a little more. The old guys, like, they bluster, but they'll back down. They just have to protect their ego. They don't want to get in a fight. But the young guys, you know, you don't know. Sometimes they're just so extremely rude that they will start a fight for their own bravado. And yet still ego, but they're willing to take it to fisticuffs. So I gotta watch out with it. But the old guys, just ignore them or blow them off. The young guys occasionally have to say something just because, you know, they're going to be rude to somebody that just doesn't deserve it. Not that I deserve it, but it's just rude. And we're passing Mclendon's. Oh, I was scared there for a second. They said they were going to be open today, but there's like nobody in the parking lot. But I see people wandering around, so I guess they're open. There's just not many people here today. Okay, Bubba, sharp right. Where have they placed the bike rack today, huh? They do tend to move it around if they have one today. I think they got rid of it. I think we have to tie it to the grocery cart rack or something. All right, we'll tie it to the, come here. We'll tie it to the light here. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're gonna stay here though. Just stay here. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna look for one or two things. think so? Okay. Yeah. Sidewalk. Okay, left. I always figure this is a prime alley here for rodents, but I think I've only ever seen one rabbit down here. Makes me wonder if there's a bobcat or something that lives in this area. I don't know. I think a rabbit's in my backyard, but I haven't seen them down here. I don't know. Or maybe some hawks? Don't know. I gotta focus up a little bit. There's a lot of crap on the trail because of the windstorm. I don't want to go sliding into something because Mr. Terrier Brain here sees a rodent, or thinks he sees a rodent. Now, what direction do we want to go home in, Bubba? Huh? We're close enough. Okay, we'll take a left here. Yeah, let's cross and then take a left. I don't want to be out much more today. It's just a little too chilly. Left. The trail to the right is a good trail, but it often has ducks and geese kicking around on it, which of course excites this guy to no end. And occasionally there's somebody feeding said ducks and geese. So then we all get kind of irritated because I want to go down the trail with Bubba, and whosoever wants to feed ducks and geese, and the ducks and geese just want to eat uninterrupted. So not a good solution for anybody. The trail's here for me to use, me and Bubba and other pedestrians. So I'm not doing anything wrong. The person feeding ducks and geese, are you supposed to feed ducks and geese anymore? I don't know. I'm not going to forsake them doing so. I wish there was a different place they could do it, but they're doing it where the ducks and geese are, so it makes sense. So we just slow down and I short leash Bubba and we go by, and he'd like to chase the ducks, so he's not too sure about the geese. I think he'd give it a try, but he wouldn't put his heart into it, I think. But he seems to like this path. He's got new smells to smell and things to look at. Right, Bubba? Yeah, I'm just being a chatty Cathy. That's okay. We could finish with the long walk, but I just don't really feel like it. We've done a sizable distance here. There's nothing in that other direction I want to get. So we'll just go up here and cross the intersection and head for home. Out here doing some cold weather soccer practice. That's the second Bothell pair I've seen doing this. This one's right next to the cemetery. Hey Bubba, close it up. We've got a pedestrian. We're not going to take up the whole trail here. Come here. Come here. Oh, okay. Nicer than to move off to the side. I do that sometimes. It just depends on the call of the situation. Sometimes I move off, sometimes they move off. It was cool seeing that guy on the electric bike towing his bulldog. Maybe that was a pit bull. I don't know. I can't follow the part that well. Of course, I don't know. I like having my dog leashed to my bicycle. It feels safer to me. I can ride with one hand, but I don't want to do that constantly. Okay, hold up a second, Bubba. I don't know where all the... I don't know. Come here. We gotta go both directions, buddy.
Wait!
Here. Come here.
Wait!
Here. This way. Okay. Go this way. Okay, they're gonna go back. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, wait. We're not going that way.
Wait!
We're going this way. As soon as the light changes. Oh, I know, there was a doggy. That doggy went the other way. Okay, crossing left. Stay on the sidewalk, sir. Yeah, you doing okay? I saw that. Hey! Stupid squirrel. Did you get it? I think it went up the tree, sir. He's in the bush. Come on, Bubba. It went up a tree. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, that was not a smart squirrel, was it? Come here. Like right in front of us. Hey, hey, left. We're sitting on the sidewalk. There you go. Thank you. Left again. Of course, now he's all peaked. He'd like to see another one. Preferably in his mouth. Okay, hold up. I gotta hit the signal.
Wait.
Okay, now we can go. Sidewalk. Good boy. Yeah, it's a bit noisy here. I think this has been good for you. Slow, sharp right. Come here, I gotta hit the signal. Come here.
Wait.
Oh, we got it, okay. We're gonna go back home from the side here, Bubba. Okay, come right. Now left. You know this route, don't you? That's true. There's lots of apartment dogs come by here. He might not want to make. He might want to make a mark here. We'll see. Okay, we're good to go right, come on. And then left. I guess we're just playing on a phone, okay. What you doing, sir? You gonna pee on something? Okay. Up the trail. You know this trail. I'm gonna take it slow and easy, okay? Sir, if it's up in the tree already, you're not going to get it. I have yet to see you climb a tree. You tried to leap up a couple on occasion. Okay. You're curious about the water, but not that interested in it. I get it. You want to drink when you get home, which is fine. Just because there's kids we're passing, trying not to get them on film. Video. Take it right, Bubba. Watch out for the car. Come left. I've told this story before, but I was taking college courses at Western Washington University back in about 91, 92. steep hill. And Bubba wants to smell the bush. Anyway, 91, 92. And I was in the main square studying for a final. I think it was the end of winter quarter. And I could see some college gal wandering around with a clipboard eliciting donations. And I was just kind of hoping she wouldn't bother me because I wanted to study. And no, she came right up to me and announced that she was selling raffle tickets to raise funds for the Western Viking women's lacrosse team, I think it was. And I decided it was more expedient to give her a couple bucks and buy a ticket or two than to, let's go right, Bubba, than to try and convince her to go away. So I handed her a couple bucks. Well, she wrote down my info, handed me a ticket. I put it in my pocket and forgot about it. Well, then 2 or 3 months later, I get a phone call, and she says, "You weren't at the game, but we pulled your ticket. You're the winning top prize ticket holder." And I said, "Cool. Well, what did I get?" I didn't know. And she said, "You got a brand new Kona mountain bicycle." At the time, it was top of the line. And I said, "Cool. Can I come pick it up?" "What?" She says, "Yeah, where you at?" And I gave her my address. She says, "Can you give me that again?" And I gave her my address. She said, "I'm literally right next door. I'll meet you on the sidewalk." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I walked up front, and here's a lady who looks like she does lacrosse for a living. And we introduced ourselves, and I showed her the ticket, which I thankfully kept. And I think she only needed my ID, really, but we walked down the side of her house, and here in this box is a brand new Kona Fire mountain bicycle from 1991. So, whew, I picked it up to carry it back home, and I can hear screaming inside the house. And there's some lady's voice yelling, "That's my bike. Don't take it away, give it back," etc., etc. And I looked at this young lady, and she said, "Well, yeah, but she donated it. She's just upset she has to let it go." I said, "Okay, not my deal. I'll take my bike home and assemble it." And I rode that bike from Grant Street in Bellingham up to Western pretty much daily. And then when I was taking windsurfing and sailing courses out at Lake Whatcom, I would ride from Western all the way out to Lake Whatcom, take my classes, and then ride that bike home. And I've kept that bike over the years, and had to put new wheels on it at one point, new headstock, new chain, new hand grips, fenders, and a basket, and a rack, and a mirror. Well, that's my third mirror now. And yeah, it's the bike I'm currently riding. The thing is almost, well, probably just about 35 years old. And it's still going great. Woo. Nothing is loose on it. Nothing is cracking. I've had to have wear and tear work done on it. I only had to replace the wheels because I missed the fact that there was a missing chunk of concrete in the sidewalk down in Beaverton, and flew off the end of the sidewalk at a pretty good clip, and then hit the next section with the wheels, which caused a dimple in both the front and back wheel rims. So I had to source new ones, which eventually I was able to find on eBay. In the meantime, I took the wheels apart and gently hammered the flares down, so at least it wasn't as obnoxious. So the wheels on the bike currently are replacement wheels. But that's okay, they are the same ones that came with the bike. I sourced them from some guy in Japan, actually. But the shipping was not that much, and it was worth having the bike back. That's the end of that story. Bubba is now down to a simple trot. I am heavy on the brakes because he does not want to go fast. I found out that this type of action right here, where you're heavy on brakes going down a steep slope, under torque, is why you really want to keep your tires fully inflated. Because this type of action will cause the tube inside the tire to slowly slip out of place as the tire itself tries to push the inner tube back against the brakes that are pressuring the rim. And what that causes is the air nozzle to slowly move out of position and bend, and then it will crack at its base. It will tear. And you lose all your air out of your tire very suddenly, very rapidly. And you can't fix it. You've got to carry a spare with you, or be willing to walk your bike all the way to some place where you can get a spare, whether that's home or a shop or whatever. So I keep a spare with me, and I check the inflation pretty constantly. I haven't had a nozzle tear on me in several years now. Of course, Daisy was more of a culprit with that because she was always completely headstrong and always heading to the next destination, regardless of how fast I needed to go. So I was constantly on the brakes with her. Bubba, he likes to run, but his top speed is not like... Daisy's top speed was pretty high, but it was her get up and go that was the problem. Bubba, when he takes off, takes a little more time to get up to full speed. And so I don't have to be on the brakes because I can adapt to his acceleration. I always found it hard to adapt to Daisy's acceleration. We're just going to slow down, Bubba, because this guy's racing up to take a right. Yeah, and that's home again.